Hello, welcome to the Do What You Love and Make a Great Living with It call. I'm here with Kapil. Kapil does a show called Exploration with Kapil Chawla, right? Or maybe I'm
Yeah,
not saying your name correctly. It's
yeah,
difficult.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
How are
So
you doing?
great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Bhavan?
Great. I love to help people connect with their most inspired life. Is there any way I can assist you in your business or life today?
Yes, like I'm trying to find, I find purpose of my life. Like before finding the purpose of my life, I think I need to find out like who I am, because if I get connected to who I am, I think the purpose will become clearer. And what I have observed in my life so far is I do get connected to a purpose in my life, but then I get carried away in a different stream altogether. So I get to lose focus. Like I am not, I don't maintain the focus for very long. Like what I see is, if I behave like a coach, I can keep my coachee on track, on focus. But when I'm myself trying to self-coach myself, then it becomes a problem. Like I'm not able to keep focus, and I get involved into too many things which are not that productive, like which are not going to make me either money, or they're not going to help me in my network. So I think the main issue which currently I'm facing is focus. And again, some of it has to do with me. I'm taking a blame. Like currently I am trying not to take blames of things. Like I'm avoiding that. Like I don't want to take blames. I have taken a lot of blame before without even like my doing something wrong. I've taken blames because I discovered that I have codependency issues. So I've stopped taking the blame. I don't take blame, but yes, I am taking some of it, like that I am responsible for losing focus. But then uh, the current environment I have is to be blamed as well. At my home, there is some issues, and at my workplace, there are some issues. So I'm trying to resolve those issues, and really let me actually say this to you as well. Like I'm very much inspired by you, that I know your story. I'm not, I don't know much of your story, but I know some of your story, that you left, you're currently living outside your country, not in Canada, and you've left everything, whatever you own, like you've left it behind, and you're in Canada trying to build your own life without at the minimum. And I've done this before, and I really let me tell you, like when I moved from India to Australia in 2004, I just carried two suitcases, and I
Hmm.
just went there. Like so, you are again inspiring me to do that, but uh, I have forgotten that I had done this before. So I'm not really inspired by you, because you are inspiring me to move
Uh,
like right. Because I have experienced that if the environment is not supporting you, it's better to move out of the environment. Like it's not that the person is toxic. It sometimes it's the environment toxic, and it's better to move out of that toxic environment than to remain there. And I have remained in that toxic environment for a very long time. And like moving out of this environment was very helpful. Uh, in those 5 years out, I was out, but again, I'm back in my. I'm not sure. Like I won't call it a comfortable zone, but it is. It's a like what do you say? It's a rut where I have become comfortable. It's not a comfortable zone any longer, but
mhm.
somehow I'm just coping up, so I want to move out of this environment. And this I've been like contemplating in my mind. So like these two things which I want to work on is keeping focus and how do I get out of this toxic environment.
Oh, yes. Okay. So keeping focused, do you know what you want to focus on?
2-3 things I want to focus. One on my career, through which the second thing comes like my amount of money I'm making. Like I'm not making enough money. So first is career, and from that stems the money part, which is second. And the third is on my relationship. Like I want to settle in my life. I'm looking for a companion. Things do turn up my way, and then there's something is lost. And I only recently, like in 2016, I made a goal that I'll sort this part of my life in 2017, and it's already April now. So things moved some way, but then it goes in some direction. So I'm not able to cope up with how things are moving.
Okay. Did you say career and relationship, or
Yes,
did I miss
both.
one? Okay.
Career and relationship. Like,
Okay. And that ties in with your three C's, the most important choices that we have. The other one being education, and you're beyond that, except that now you're into lifelong learning. But you know.
Yeah. I think the goal I had set for my life in terms of education, which has been completed only very recently. So it took me very long time, and I'm not worried about how the other two goals are going to work. So I'm worried on those front rather than education. I am a lifelong learner, so that's kind of okay with me. Like what goal I had set on that front is complete now.
Okay. The relationship thing, I'm not the best relationship coach. I'm making a little progress with it myself, and it's good. I've been growing.
We're on the same path.
Oh yeah, an important thing is to be very clear on exactly like who you want to be with and their characteristics. Would you like me to read out a section from Succeed and Grow Rich with Persuasion, or Through Persuasion by Napoleon Hill? It's the part about setting your goals, and it talks about being super clear on this point here.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
go ahead.
Sorry for the noise there. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, so page 28 of Succeed and Grow Rich Through Persuasion by Napoleon Hill. If you are not married, write a description of the person you desire as your mate. Include a detailed outline of every trait of character, every habit, and every physical quality you wish your mate to possess. Then list the traits of character and other qualifications you have or intend to acquire to entitle you to the sort of mate you have described. Remember, the sacred partnership of marriage is a two-way street, and both parties are entitled to an equal share of the road. That's what he's shared on that part, and it's on goal setting for your every part of your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost it's the same thing what was in The Secret.
Absolutely. We have to have a clear vision. We have to know where we're going.
Yeah, I think I keep forgetting that. Like I have to remind myself. I've done that before, so I'm not sure I was 100% successful or not. But I do get what I told. Like I lose the focus.
Okay, I'm going to send you a link to someone. This is someone that I love. I think that she's pretty much perfect right there. Dashama Kona. So you can see, so we have to be very clear about who we want to be with. So I'm showing you an example.
Okay. I'll have a look at it afterwards.
Okay,
I don't want to disturb this.
Okay, perfect.
Because I'm right now on the full screen chat with you. I just want to concentrate with you only, because I know like I lose focus. So I just am concentrating right now with you. I want to be with you right now.
Okay, perfect. So then let's move on to career, and also I guess before we do that, also I'll connect you with my friend Alan Hardman. Alan Hardman is a leader in the Toltec tradition, and he's developed further development of Don Miguel Ruiz's work, and he's at joydancer.com. Joydancer.com. So
joydancer.com.
Yeah, we'll put that in.
Maybe put in the same place.
Yeah, it's in the notes. Because he basically treated each woman in his life as if they're the perfect woman, like accept them completely, love them unconditionally, right? And then the perfect woman showed up. So he has a great relationship now, and he's passionate about helping people with their relationships. And then another person on that, there's actually a couple of them who are in Australia. So my friend, I'm gonna also give you a link to them as a because maybe they'll create amazing content that could help. Okay, there we go. Sacred partnerships. Okay, cool. Now we'll move on to the career stuff, which is what I really do as a reinvention and all that. Realignment, reinvention, realign to the soul of who you are, and then reinvent yourself. Or another way to say it is position on purpose. Like, what is your purpose, and then position yourself accordingly to solve a need, a problem in the world.
Just bringing one more thing in the aspect, like, and you are the right person to answer that. Is like because you have moved out from your place to somewhere else, and I'm thinking of two places to move out. One is Australia. Australia I'm comfortable with because I've lived there 5 years, and Canada is another. I'm looking for, like, thinking of moving to Canada, because these two places actually suit me. Not like, so I'm not. This is also one aspect I'm looking, and I'm like, I like to work on that. If just I'm making it verbal.
Okay, Australia, Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So can I ask you something? Because I know about your little bit of your history.
Okay.
So what made you shift from Canada to this? Like, I want you to give me some more detail, because living in India, like, it's a dream for me to live in Canada or in Australia. So you have moved from Canada to somewhere else. So I know, like, you could have a different reason. So I want to understand that reason.
Okay. Well, where I lived in Canada, in Vancouver, the rent was quite high, right? It's because of globalization. There's a lot of people from China moving into Canada, or investors buying the property. So the rent price is very high in the city in Vancouver. So that's one thing. There was a lot of pressure. Now, of course, I could move to a small town there too, but I really liked Vancouver, and that was where I was born, right? Yeah. I love the place. The other thing is I was getting sick. So like I put so much pressure on myself because of the amount of money that I have to earn and how much I actually was earning, which was not much different. So it was a little too tight, right? So there was the stress, and then the cold weather in the winter, lots of rain, right? And then, like, I don't want to go exercise in a gym, but I'll do it outside because I love being outside. But then if the weather's terrible, I don't get to really have a lot of fun outside. And then I don't even back there, I didn't get any sunshine, right? Because it was just raining. So, I was just getting sicker and sicker. And I lay in bed, like almost dying, had pneumonia. So I quit my job because it wasn't good anymore. Like, it just wasn't good for me. I was working as a surveyor and on industrial sites. And so then normally as a surveyor, you have a garage and you put hang the gear up in a garage. I didn't have a garage in this apartment building. So then I put, if it's wet and I have to bring it upstairs, I put it there, but then the forced air with the building ventilation system, the air would come in under the door. Then I'd be breathing maybe sulfur, maybe whatever that's on those coveralls or the vest, survey vest and stuff like that. So then I had these lung problems. So it was like, I'm just done with it, right? So I quit it. And I kept doing the office work. At first I said no to it, but I took that because I thought, hey, that's cool. That's a good way to be a digital nomad because I've already got this employment working as a contractor. So why Mexico is because I love Mexico. I've already traveled here a lot. I already knew the place, like I liked it and it felt good from all the times I've been here before. And it's really warm, right? So I get the nice warmth. I get to be out in nature. I found a very peaceful place in Mexico that is beautiful. And it's like a perfect bay for swimming. And swimming's so good for my body. So then I can get exercise, be in nature, spend lots of time outside. Because it costs less, I don't have to work as much. So I can have better work-life balance, spend more time outside, get stronger and healthier, and like heal myself. So that's also to get closer to nature, which I kind of already said. That's why.
Yeah, I get it now. Like because extremes make you come out of your zone. I think the extreme weather, extreme pressure of work. So extremes make you like either you can call it like it kicks you on your butt to be out, or so I can see because I live in Delhi. So Delhi has kind of very extreme weather in terms of fluctuation. It's right now it's too hot in Delhi, like it's 44, 45 temperature. But when it becomes cold, it becomes like 2 or 1 or 3. So it becomes too cold as well. So that extreme changes on climate is not okay. But thank you for sharing that Vancouver is too cold. So I don't want to go to somewhere which is too extreme.
It's quite rainy, right? There was a lot of rain or snow.
Okay.
Usually it doesn't really snow there. This winter it snowed a lot. It broke all the records. And I didn't know that was going to come. I didn't know it was going to happen. I was already moving, but then everyone said you picked the best year for it, of course.
Like snow would be too much for me because I've never lived in place which has snowed. So it will be too snow. Too snow. I know like too extreme cold. I like cold weather, like not too cold, but not too hot as well. So I want to live in somewhere which is hot.
Well, to give you more info on the country, right? So Vancouver's on the coast. It's on the Pacific coast, and it's in a safe bay. So that's why it became like a port, a big port city, right? International shipping. So because it's on the ocean, it's more mild. It's not very cold, right? So if you look at the rest of Canada, it actually gets a lot colder. So it's pretty mild there. And it generally doesn't snow like that. But there are some snow mountains for, skiing and snowboarding and stuff like that close by, right? Mountains. The rest, but this is at the southern end of Canada. We're right near the border with the States. So really the rest of Canada is probably most of it's colder, really.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice in the wind. It's nice in the summer. And if you go into the interior, like around where my dad is, or like Kelowna, I've lived beside Kelowna across the water at West Bank. It's very nice. And in the summer, it's like 40 degrees. It can be 40 degrees Celsius. And in the winter, it could be snowing, like really cold. Where my dad is, there'll be snow on the ground. It's cold in the winter. But in the summer, it's nice and hot and warm. And I could go visit him this summer. But I'm not going to be there in the winter. I've stayed there through the winter before, and I actually broke my leg. I'd never broken a bone before, but I created a new sport where I called it rock booting, where you have boots on, you run and then like slide with your shoes, your feet, like on a rock, on a boulder. So I did this, but then I slipped back one time and like my back foot hit the ground a bit off on an angle, broke a little bone in it. So then I'm like on crutches with a broken bone, broken leg in the winter in this like really cold, sleeping in a hammock outside. So that was like my lowest point when I had a bunch of debt, right? And so then by being in that low point, it made it's called contrast. It made me want prosperity. It made me want what I really wanted, and so that it built up so much more of a burning desire. And burning desire is really important. We got to get our goal clear, then build up burning desire for it. And that's just the beginning of achievement, right? It starts with that. Also taking daily action, right? But that burning desire is so important.
Yeah, like the second part, burning desire, I'm missing on that part as well. I think I can have n number of goals, like they are sometimes self-driven, but sometimes driven by the society, uh, some external pressures. But I think one can achieve goal, or I can achieve goal only when there is burning desire. And at this point, I think I'm too kind of engrossed in my daily routine that I don't have burning desire to do anything unless like this was which came up as like doing interviews with people was like I had really good enjoyed it for like 4 weeks now, so that is kind of I'm enjoying that currently.
Okay. Well, so what you want to do is change your career, get your career going more, like earn more, and get that career relationship, and actually move the environment as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next year is going to come and go, regardless of whether you do anything or not. If you look back on the past, if nothing has changed over the last year or not much, then the next year could be the same thing if you don't do anything about it. How much longer are you going to? How much longer are you going to wait? How much longer are you going to wait or delay before you start to take action and change your life?
You are the second person asking me in 2 days. I had a hit from someone as well. Same thing. Like, why are you delaying things? Like, you're not getting younger anymore. You're getting older. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, because I'm doing the same action, even though they may look appear to be different. But yeah, they are almost same. Because I'm tied to the environment. I've never done anything to move out of the environment, even for the work. Like got somewhere which was so not kind of sudden but gradual. But then now I'm not sure how do I exit it. So that's also another issue.
What is one thing you can do to move closer to wrapping up the career thing, the relationship, and getting out of a toxic environment, getting to somewhere where you would love to be? What's something that you can do this week?
Okay, can I share what I've done so far? Like,
yeah, of course.
Because I've been talking to you, and this environment has also changed. Like, I was not. I was going to a lot of conferences, attending seminars before. In last 3 weeks, I think we've been known. I've known you for that much time. So what has changed is I've stopped going there, but I've made a lot of online friends. So that shift is happening. And then I've started thinking of, not only thinking, but doing research, which I had never done, like the one I was discussing with, like moving to Canada. So I've going online and trying to find out, like, how do I get immigration? How do I get work there? So I'm trying to figure out that. Again, I had a contact in Australia, so she appears suddenly, and I've started talking to her. So maybe that I want to exercise that option as well. So, and another last 1 week, which I had no clue what it was, but it appeared that there is something known as for a foreign lawyer, practicing foreign lawyer in a different foreign law in a different country. That's another career scope I have now. So maybe I can take file for a license in Canada or in Australia to work as a foreign lawyer there, practicing Indian law. So this I have done in last week. Now I'm not, because I have it was not that it was happening somewhere in behind my head. I want to do this. It was not as a concrete goal, but this was going on. Like I was doing this research, but now that I'm discussing with you, I think I need to be more focused and trying to find out. Even okay, another thing which I researched was doing some post research, like a PhD kind of stuff in Australia to get out of this place. So that was also in my mind going on. So I did research on that as well.
Okay.
The things
Right.
I'm trying to do, but these are the steps. Like I'm not sure how concrete they are, but I'm telling somewhere in my head, like I want to move out of this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's good. It's very good. So here's one tip I think I should give, which is like before getting into the immigration details, because if you don't know which country you're going to yet, we don't have to go into the how. It's more like just the what and why. Start with what and why before you go into the how, because you'll have more energy, right? You need to connect with yourself and your excitement. It's the most important thing. Tapping into that excited energy, just like in my conversation with Angel Hill yesterday, super exciting. Like after the conversation, we talked for an hour and 20 minutes. I made like a 3-minute video and posted that, right? So I'm talking about that conversation. It's very exciting, right? So that it's excited energy. I think it was, I don't know if it was the day before that or the day before that, but very recently, I talked with Jess Allen, one of the people where I shared with her how to connect with people, a la Larry Benet, the connector, and she used that information and changed her life. So now she's like always excited when she talks with me. She says she always learns something new. She's always like raving about me and telling people about me and stuff, which is really cool. But then the energy is super awesome, and then we want to collaborate and create things, right? And we're both passionate about like education systems and homeschooling and stuff like that. So that's what I'm talking about, tapping into the energy of excitement. So applying it to whatever we want, right? So for going somewhere, then get really clear on what it is, what, where, and why there. You know what I mean? So like one thing I did a while ago was looking for where are the most beautiful beaches in the world. So I'd look online and search, Google it, search different places, look at the pictures, right? And see which ones I like and make my own list. So look at those places. So it's like the what and why, like Byron Bay, the Seychelles, right? All the very beautiful beaches around the world. So look at the places you want to go and why do you want to go there?
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting roughly an idea where I want to go. I don't want to live in extremes, and like my life has been extreme, so I don't want to go in extreme weather somewhere. Like I want to, and I have been Delhi because it's metro and it's like quite and like the busy place. Like it's environmentally it's very polluted. So and like people are too busy, so I don't want to be in that kind of environment. I know the environment I want to live in is like have a relaxed environment. Though I don't want to live in countryside, like I don't want to go and live that place, but somewhere like when I was in Australia, I was living in Brisbane. So Brisbane is kind of right place. It's not that highly metro or not kind of extreme in terms of weather, and very relaxed, laid back kind of place.
Okay, so you want to be in a moderate place, like not extreme, moderate.
Yeah.
You want in a relaxed, laid back environment, but not in the country. So in a city or a town or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's what we're getting at the clarity of where you want to be, and why do you want that? Do you know why you want that kind of place?
Like, okay, let me be honest. Like currently, as I told you, like I want to run away from this place. So where I am, right, like it's both taxing. Maybe I have the same story as you have, like because of the environment was too taxing for you, the work pressure was too taxing for you. So it's like kind of same is with me. The environment is too extreme for me. I can't bear this environment. And then work pressure is like because I am on my own. Like I work with someone, but I am on my own. So the pressure is of making money as well. So I'm not able to make enough money as well. So that pressure is there.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. So you want to make more money. How can we do that? What do you love to do? What are you good at or great at or could be great at? What do you love to do?
I think I've told you before, I'm good at technology. Like I'm not extreme technology. I'm not a programmer, but I currently like understanding that like social media, working on social media is like I can do um, website designing and building websites. I can do that part of it. The IT part, I'm sharing that part. In terms of business, I can do consulting for startups because I've done my two own startups and have a kind of theoretical, if you could say, like. But I am an MBA, so I can help those people as well because I've done it myself in a practical way. Uh, so,
Okay.
like designing business plan for people. So that's one another passion for me. Coaching is another big passion for me. Like I help. I'm not sure you know this lady or not. She calls herself the Guru Coach, Betska. She is from Canada. Uh, she runs Coach Leadership Center, and so I've done coaching. Like I've studied coaching under her. So uh, she's from Canada. So I'll send you a link. Of our website to you. So coaching I can do. Like I know like I'm very good at that.
Mm-hmm. What do you love to do most?
What do I love to do most? Uh, Interacting with new people, which I'm already doing through the interviews. Like I think that's came automatically when Rehan suggested this. It came automatically to me. Like I know of no other Indian doing this stuff. Like he has got a lot of fan following, but they are all Pakistanis. They are doing this stuff, interviewing people. But I guess I'm the only Indian doing it. So
You're the only
that's
Indian doing it?
yes.
Oh, okay. All
I'm
right.
the only Indian in his gang because he has tried with like he has a lot of Indian following as well, but I'm the only Indian doing the live interview thing.
Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna welcome Linda. Welcome, Linda. And
Hello,
hi. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing fine.
All right. And so what we're doing with Kapil right now is find out what he's working on. He wants to focus on career and relationship, and also getting out of a toxic environment, moving to somewhere where he'd love to be. So we're getting clearer about where he wants to be. And right now we're
Nice.
talking about career. And
Hi,
business.
Linda.
Hi, Kapil.
How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Okay. So
How
then,
about yourself?
I'm good, very good. I'm enjoying the conversation with Bhavin, and he's coaching me. I know. So I have done this to other people, so he's doing it to me. So I am enjoying that.
Yeah,
I like.
know how it goes.
Huh?
I know how that goes.
Yes, yes. No, and I'm very good at being a coachee because I enjoy that as well. Because when I was doing the coaching classes, like I was studying for my coaching course, I was the first man always. Okay, you can do me, you can coach me. So I enjoy that.
you wanted to grow, maybe.
Yeah, I enjoy it because I've done a course in NLP as well. So I've done coaching. So I always am. That's why I told you before as well. Like I'm always learning things. I like to learn new things. And like if someone says that this guy is totally kind of scattered, but I know like what I am doing. Like I've studied IT. I've done personal development. I've studied law. So it's like all different things. I've studied meditation, and in meditation also I've So I
Okay.
did various range of meditation. Like I've done Art of Living, which is Sudarshan Kriya. I've done Vipassana. I've done chakra meditation. So like I've done Reiki even. So it's like
Why did you do all these things? What do you think is the underlying motivation for learning all these things, all this stuff together?
I think like I'm an explorer. I think one of the things which I mentioned to people, and that's the like my show's topic as well. Like I like to explore things, and I enjoy like doing different things. I don't want to get into just one typical uh, lifestyle, like just going through one particular subject. That's not me. So I enjoy, and it's not that I just look at only the surface part of things. I like to go deep into the things,
Yes.
and then say, okay, I've discovered something, and then that's fine.
Yes. Oh yeah, same with me. And I just said this the other day. I don't know if you want to listen to it, but you might want to. It's something I created this morning, and I did email it out. You might already have it. It's choosing your one thing to be known for and unifying all that you do underneath that umbrella, or releasing things.
I think I missed that. I'll go through that because
Okay.
I've been like following you religiously. I know, like, but you are too fast in creating.
Oh yeah, way too fast because people won't be able to follow all of it. Because I
stuff like
that. No
I do try to, but I can't. Like one person I'm religiously following is, apart from Rehan, is you.
Okay, thank you.
So like, and I really can't match up with you. Like the way you are producing, it's like difficult for me to.
But
even
you know what though?
No.
But you know what? Anyone can create. There's a new book coming. It's called Anyone Can.
I've gone through that. Anyone can create. Yeah, I've gone through that part.
All right. Well, that's only the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see. Where are we at with this? So
we were discussing on.
Oh yeah, what you love to do. So you listed out things that you're good at and that you love to do, and what you're most. Yes, when I said what do you love to do most, you said interacting with new people, and you defined yourself too. I'm an explorer, and I also go deep into the topics. Do you want to tell us more about who you are? At your core values, or just who you are, what you believe in.
I think I have told you this before, and I've done it a number of times. That core is that I am a lighthouse. Just help people to reach their destination. So that is the core. Like anyone who comes to me, even though I try to not stop myself from going out of my way to help people. Maybe it's the codependency issue as well. So I'm trying to recover from that. But then I honestly like to help people. If someone comes to me, I'll help people to reach wherever they want to go.
Okay, awesome. And that's going to help you get where you want to go. Just like Zig Ziglar. If you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And so, like Neil Donald Walsh said it too. He's like, if you're struggling with any of those key things that we want in life, like relationship and connection and wealth and everything, right? He said, if you go from being a seeker of it to the source of it. It's such a powerful concept right here. So anything that you're seeking, now stop seeking it, realize you are the source of it. Because you can never, the only one that can disconnect you from the source of all abundance and your well-being and everything is yourself. It's only you. So you're always connected with the source of everything, and it's within you. It's really important, right? So
I just got this flash.
With the source, identify as the source, and then see how you can be a source of it to others. Because it's like jam. You get like if you're spreading jam on toast for other people, you can't help but get some jam on yourself. Be the source to others. And so we should think about how we can do that. If there's something we're lacking, because we just think we're blocking it, but actually we're the source of that. And so we'll get back to the truth of who we are. Go ahead.
I just got a glimpse of it, like a flash message. I think it was today morning or yesterday morning, that you need just 10 people. You need to just help just 10 people to reach where they want to reach, and you'll be sorted out. Like just 10 people. That was a like clear message. It was not like I've read something or it was a clear message. Just help 10 more people, and then you are there. You're through.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. And just like Jesus, right? Because like how many disciples did he have? Just 12, right? He only worked with those 12 people, but of course he helped other people on the way, but he worked closely with 12 people.
Oh, 12 people.
He went on.
That was his mastermind.
What? Oh, yeah, mastermind.
That's his mastermind.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Well, that's exciting. So if you price it properly, then yes, those 10 people, and there's your income. It supports your lifestyle, helps you grow to another level, and help more people.
Yep.
So what I see from what you've told me, you could consult startups. You're telling me about you had 2 startups. How did those go? Did you get success?
No, like both of them failed.
But then why do you want to consult them? Or is it because of the failures you can help them avoid those pitfalls?
Because that's I can show them how not to fail, because I've failed on 2, and because doing a startup and the way I do things is like I try to learn maximum things possible about something I'm trying to do. So I read a lot, and I read a lot and worked a lot. Creativity in Corporation.
Creativity Inc. Yeah, by Ed Catmull and Amy Wallace. It's about Pixar, and that's what he's telling in the book. He's saying he saw that a lot of technology companies and creative companies, well, his was a mix, but he saw a lot of tech startups were failing, and why, right? They would do all this stuff right, and then they would make a silly mistake. So he's like, let's avoid that. How do we become successful and sustainable, like sustain our success? So that's what this book is about, and it gives you like all of these, to avoid all these pitfalls, because we have to see the problems, and they can be difficult, and we have to solve them, eradicate them. So like, that just letting you know, there's a market there, because that's exactly what that book's about. And it's one of the top creativity books.
And one thing which, because of my coach training as well, now I understand that most of the people who are doing startups, they require less of mentors and more of coaches. There's a difference between a mentor and a coach. So I have understood that, like, I would be less of a mentor but more of a coach.
Okay. That's what Sean Mize does. Sean Mize is doing that for sure, and he's definitely a coach for startups. With an online training business, right, an info business, people teach something. He's the author of Anyone Can Coach, which is why I started writing Anyone Can Create. He could have easily written Anyone Can Teach, because he's teaching people how to teach as well. Okay, well, I think what we should do is move on to Linda, because we don't want to neglect her, and we've already worked together all this time throughout the call so far, and we've made some progress, so we can always continue week by week. So Linda, from listening to Kapil, have you received any messages? Do you want to pass any messages to him?
Every time I listen to Kapil, I get a vibe from him. I'm just processing right now. And when you can see and feel his excitement for, what it is that he's doing. And I'm not so sure that this is a message. It's more or less of a, right now as an observation, because I was trying to listen to what he was saying. I wasn't really trying to receive a message for him. But he's like where I was, or am still. I do so many things I wear so many hats that it's hard to find the one hat that can fit above all the other hats. you know, like put on all the hats and that hat over the top to do that one thing, you know, like I've been spreading the word about diabetes to everybody and their brother, but then you and I talked last week about, you know, doing something else, and I feel like he's the same. And so the message would be, now I'm getting something because I opened up the door, is to keep on keeping on. Keep on that path because it's right for him. It's that, you know, like you say, his core values or whatever. So he's on the right path and talking to the right people. So, you know, he doesn't want to get to, like I see a picture of like being split up. Like if you cut a piece of paper in a bunch of pieces, you don't want to do that because then you have too much to choose from. He already has to, like you said, the answer is within. You already have the answer, you know, so and sort of like what you said, you can only learn so much. He already has such knowledge about so many things to try to ask his higher self how to pare that down into a message.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I just got, the picture and the message.
Yeah.
Your observation was correct. Like I'm in that place. Sometimes I be in that place. Like I don't know which is the right hat for me because I have too many hats in my place. So I don't know which hat to wear. Like it's something like too many choices spoil you. So that kind of thing I get into.
Well,
and the message part, I'm still not sure because you said like that you're on the right path. So I'm still confused about my path.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out.
But you're
I'm a lighthouse.
Yeah, that part there, that was your most clear part, as you said,
yeah.
I'm a lighthouse.
I'm lighthouse, but the lighthouse is just staying there. It's not going anywhere. So maybe that is the message, that you don't have to go anywhere. You have to be there. The lighthouse doesn't move.
The light moves.
Oh yeah, that's what someone messaged me today. They gave me a page that they're launching, and that's what it's about. It's Shum Klum, and it's about accepting the moment and being peaceful right where you are.
Because you have the light. You're the lighthouse, so therefore you have the light, and the light gives a message. The lighthouse doesn't go anywhere, but the light gives a message.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it goes far. The light actually travels very far. In lighthouse, though the lighthouse stays there, the light moves like so many kilometers.
Yes.
I think, like for me, when I think of that, like I apply it to me, that you have the internet, which is a way to send that message that the lighthouse gives to the people seeking direction. You know, everybody isn't on the same path. So this is part of the message, and it's almost like a message for me too. So I'll just share it right now, is that the message that you send out, or therefore the vibe, or all those things that you know about because you do meditation and everything, is the message for that specific person. Like someone comes to me and they might need the info about A, and the next person might need the info about B because they're going on their paths are different. But when they come to the lighthouse, they get the message that they need for that time. So if you're helping direct people, that's what a lighthouse does. Therefore, you can use all your, you know, if you focused on being a source of information, like, I don't know, what do you think about that, Bevan?
Well, a source of inspiration and transformation. But yes, the information is what helps people do that. But the overall goal is transformation, usually. Guiding people where they want to go. Like Seth Godin says, there's people out there who are waiting for you to lead them and help them take them where they want to go. So we find out where they want to go and help them get there. Tribes.
Yeah.
I think Kapil and I are a lot alike in many ways. Is that when someone comes to me and they have an issue, I just was talking to somebody today, and even with my message about diabetes, now that she's more aware, she had a client come in and she goes, I really think that, you know, she's having issues and I really want to talk to her about it. So what I did is I just helped her with that information of how to give it to her, or how to, you know, have her call me or whatever. And, you know, so many people are responding to that message, but I have other messages too, like someone that's depressed or someone that's has anxiety. I have a different message for that person on their path, you know, but it's information.
So at this point for you, Linda, like you're not clear on exactly what problem that you're solving for people, because it's multiple problems that different people have, right? But
Yeah,
your
and it's
gift is a message. It's in receiving a message that you can pass to them that helps them do what? Does it help them heal? Like, because how could you describe it in one sentence?
Well, what it does is it helps to guide them in the way that they need to go. Like sometimes if you're at a crossroads, and you don't know whether to go right, left, straight, or turn around, you know, to have clear direction. Somebody say, oh, you go right, you go down there, you know, 15 miles and you turn left. It's a very simple explanation, but it saves you all the trouble and the stress and everything. So you just turn left. You know, it's almost like, it's not me, at least where I'm at right now in my mind, it's not me taking them all the way. Like I don't take them down a certain road and take them all the way to the end. I'm like a traffic signal. Turn right. Go down there and turn left. And then I always pray for the people that I interact with, even though sometimes specifically for a little while, but after a while it's very like the hugs I give out, those seeds of healing that I give. I'm still doing that. And, you know, instilling the seed, talking to people about love. And then I pray for all the seeds that I, you know, when it gets up to 1 million, I don't have time to pray for 1 million people on the list. You know, I got to just pray for the seeds that I've already planted. That kind of thing, you know. So that's sort of where I feel right now, because I love the idea of about diabetes, because I met with the nutritionist yesterday, and she told me that most people that come to her after they've been diagnosed, you know, here they are, like a scary diagnosis. You'd think that most people would grab a hold of it and learn it, and, you know, so that they can be healthier. She said they come in here and they don't have a clue. So most people don't come in there the way I did. I was like all over it. I had really good questions to tweak it a little bit, but she didn't have to talk to me about the food or anything, you know. But that's how it is to be different like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've loved how you've, oh yeah, go ahead, Kapil. Well, I mean, I loved how you've expressed it today, Linda. I think you're more clear about the gift and your message. I mean, about giving the messages, but I think you're really getting clearer about it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I get clearer the more that I use it.
Okay.
Too, because it's always right on.
Have you been using it over the last week?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And Kapil has a question or something.
I have observation. Linda, have you been trained as a coach? I'm just trying to ask that. Have you been trained as a coach?
Not specifically. It's all innate knowledge, innate ability.
Okay. Now let me explain you what a coach does specifically. Is like listen to the people and ask them the right question to get the answer from themselves. Like this is what I think you are doing is you're listening to people. Most people don't listen. What we are doing in our life is hearing. We are not listening to people. And what I see is you're listening to the people, and then because of that listening, you get messages from people. From their unconscious, you get the message that actually I need this. But the conscious mind of that person is not allowing him to listen to the unconscious. So you are being a route from their unconscious to their conscious.
Exactly. Thank you for clarifying that. That's
Oh.
exactly how it works.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know that, Linda. Like I thought you were receiving it from somewhere. And so he's saying it's actually from them. Maybe their higher self knows it, but then their brain doesn't, and there's a disconnect. But then, yeah, you're
Yeah,
tapping
I'm
to
not,
communicate.
it definitely, their higher self is from a higher source. Like our
Yeah.
higher selves are God. I mean, and part of me is part of them is part of me. And
Yeah.
it's just like I'm the person that can see the forest I can see the forest and the trees. They're in the forest. They can't see the trees. It's almost like, yeah. And I think that's why it's right on, because it's coming from them, like he said, because I have to really focus when they talk to me. I focus on them and I really do listen, like he said. And that's when the messages come. Like it's almost like, well, I never thought about it like that. You are right, because you're not giving yourself time, or you're too busy, or you don't know how, blah, blah,
Actually what is happening is our like the clients which are coming to you, or people you are going, their conscious mind is keeping them too busy on a different path, and their subconscious mind wants someone to listen. So they talk to you. When they talk to you, they give away the hints. And when you connect with their higher conscious, as you say, and I call it subconscious, it gives you the clear message. Just tell this person that this needs to be done.
Yep. Like when I told you you're on the right path, it's the vibe that you have about it. Like when I connected to what you were saying, like you say, you are definitely on the right track. And then I get pictures. So I don't know whether that comes from you, or it's like that's one thing that people like about what I do. I use analogies. My mind just comes up with these analogies that gives them a like sort of like a picture of what I'm saying rather than just words.
Yeah.
Like I used about the lighthouse,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I give in some observation on that as well? Why do you use pictures or analogies? Because our subconscious mind, like though we have studied, like most of us now study in a very logical way of training, like where we study only text. But our subconscious mind is more, it understands pictures, it understands like some kind of figures. So
Hmm.
uh, because you understand that, and that other subconscious is also giving pictures, you give out pictures, and the other person's subconscious mind also understands pictures, so it is easy for them to understand.
Yep. I think that's where my gift is, because I receive them clearly, and then I can reiterate them back to the person, because sometimes it doesn't make any sense to me, but when I tell them, it makes complete sense to them.
Yeah, it will make, because it's not and as my coach, one of my coach says, it's nothing about the coach, it's always about the client. So client would understand everything. As a coach,
Yes.
I am just a wire medium. I don't know what is in the envelope for the client. I just give out the envelope, it has a message, read it. I
Yep.
don't know what the message is.
Exactly. Like I met a girl in a restaurant. She was a waitress, and I clearly felt that I needed to give her a message. And I wasn't even working with her. I didn't even talk to her. I got it very clearly. It was very pressing. And this has happened to me several times in my life. And so, long story short, I got her attention before I left, and asked her if I could speak with her. And then I told her I had a message for her if she wanted to hear it. I wanted the permission. And she did want to hear it. And when I told her, she started to cry. It was exactly what she said. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. She had goosebumps and everything. So, that happens sometimes too.
Because you have the sixth sense, men don't have that, so you are 3 steps ahead of me. I'm
Yeah.
handicapped on that.
Well,
I just
sometimes
have.
Hi,
yes.
everyone.
Hi, how are
Melissa
you?
Hi.
here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Bevan.
Oh, hey, Melissa, welcome.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Linda and Kapil have been talking. We just did a whole coaching session together, and then what I've been doing is putting together a little course with some videos, resources for you guys from Dan Locke and Tony Robbins. No, yeah, that's right, Tony Robbins, right.
You are the content king, Bevan, I have to tell you.
Thank you.
No kidding.
You are the content king. Are you archiving all of that stuff well?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it in. I'm gonna send it to you guys. Some short videos to help you, because everyone needs to upgrade with their asking for money and positioning themselves to get more money and stuff. So right now we've been focusing on our purpose, right? What are we gonna help people with? But then we also have to do the positioning. Once you know what problem you're gonna solve, how will you position yourself and create the value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So and also this call usually ends at 12, so we just went over the hour.
Oh.
And at 12, well, my time where I'm at is 12. We're in Pacific time, 11 o'clock, I think. And so in 26 minutes, we start the Live with Soul call. So there can be a break in here. Usually I take a break in it. I might eat something, but you guys could keep talking if you like, of course, in the room. So Melissa, were you coming on for that business building call, like Do What You Love call?
I was coming on for the purpose call. I wasn't sure where we were.
Okay,
but it doesn't matter. I mean.
Okay, well, yeah, that one starts in 26 minutes.
And this one is the business mastermind.
That's right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Welcome. You have.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome. Do you have a link for that other one? Because it's a different. I think I've sent it out. I've sent it to all of the subscribers. So
yeah, I'm sure I do. You must have sent it to the list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. The Live with Soul call.
Okay.
Yep, it's there.
Live with Soul. Anyway.
I mean, Live with Soul. Yes.
That's good. Well, it is live too. So we can, so yeah, if you want, you can come back to that, or you can hang out with them if you like. I don't know if we're gonna end it here, or if you guys want to talk.
I'm not sure. Linda wants to talk.
I can talk more, sure.
Okay. Linda has an amazing gift, by the way, Melissa.
Oh yeah?
She was just talking about it. How will you introduce yourselves and get to know each other? Would you like to do that?
Yeah, why not?
It's a mastermind. Welcome to the mastermind here. Let's get to know each other.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So tell me about yourself.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Am I on?
You're on.
Yeah, Melissa Waldron, and I am the founder of Red Hot Now. I help you be authentic and visible, and I help you be your cause online and get you media visibility.
That's good. That's awesome. So you're pretty clear on what you are and do.
Yes, I help people overcome overwhelm, frustration, anxiety, perfectionism, the
procrastination,
the endless stream of reasons of why you can't do something. And because that's my life, right? So I know that really well.
Yes.
And yeah, and you know, and really being playful with it and coming, you know, giving yourself a pat on the back rather than a slap on the wrist or whatever it is that we do.
Yeah. So
and I encourage. Yes, I encourage people to be playful and to just have fun with this media, you know, this crazy social media that we have.
Okay, so when you are helping them, do you help them through the actual how to do their website? Do you do all that particular stuff?
Yeah, that's what I was actually focusing on for the past 2 years. Was I was helping people like literally build their websites and you know, and a YouTube page or a Facebook page or whatever, and doing the implementation of it.
Do you tell them how, or do you do it for them?
I used to do it for them. Now I do it for you. I have a done for you package, but that's the premium package. So now I work with people just to help them get ready for that, you know, to launch that and get that in place. Mm-hmm.
How long does that usually take?
You mean the part where they need to? Well, I work with them on their message and, you know, what the value that they're delivering and their speech and their elevator speech and their longer speech. I help write their bio. I've worked with women mostly in the 3-month window to a 6-month window, but the 6-month window included the website production as well.
That's cool, because that's like where I'm at right now. Like I have, you know, like Kapil and I are talking, both of us are alike in many ways because we have so much knowledge over our years and wear so many hats and have basically more than one message, you know, like he feels like a lighthouse. That's what we were talking about.
Ooh,
and,
nice.
you know, yeah, like a lighthouse. And we just discovered, and through one of my messages from listening to him, is that a lighthouse doesn't have to do anything. It just has to be the light. Just has to give the message, whatever it is. Like each ship that goes by or boat that goes by or person admiring gets a different message. You know, so your message can be different. At least that's where we are at right now. But, you know, you're still the lighthouse.
The lighthouse, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me add it to it. Like, because each ship, when it starts with a destination. So it knows where it is going. Like each, whenever we are born, our subconscious has been programmed to lead us somewhere. Like, so we don't know when we are born that, and we lose that when we are growing up. So there is this destination is there, and lighthouse only acts as a place from where you can find out that, okay, you are going in the right direction or not. If you're not going in the right direction, lighthouse will help you in the right direction, because it doesn't know where you are going.
Right.
It only finds out from you or from your subconscious. It comes to the lighthouse. Okay, I'm going to this place. Can you help me with this? Yes, I'll show you the direction. You have to take action, because the ship has to travel. Lighthouse goes nowhere. It just stays there. But what Linda added, which I'm like really thankful, that it has light. The light travels. The lighthouse stays there, but the light travels around, which is an added message I got from Linda today, that it travels. So it shows other people the path to travel.
Nice. And this is something that you have already represented online, or this is what you're looking to build online?
No, I've already, if you go to my profile, Facebook, like I did my coaching lessons. Like I did train I'm a trained coach. So I did in I think 2012 or somewhere around that. So if you see my profile, it still says Lighthouse Coaching.
Cool.
So I have a story also to tell around my coaching. Why did I actually became a coach? So that hat I still have, and it's very good hat for me. But then let me introduce myself. Like I currently am an attorney. I practice in Delhi, in India, and so that's the professional hat where I now wear. Like the coaching is very kind of sidestepped. Like I'm not used. I do use coaching, like because I do a lot of. If you see my Facebook profile, you would see like I do a lot of interviews. These days, I'm doing a lot of interviews of my professional friends, and mostly when I interview them, like the program which I do is I call it Exploration with Kapil Chawla. So most of my interviews actually turn into a coaching session automatically. Like I'm interviewing them. Like I'm not sure you know this lady or not, Amber Garibe. She's friend of Bhavin as well. So she had some problem with like she's been writing a book, which she has taken 5 years now. Like she's still writing and she's not able to finish that. So we had in my interview with her. At the end of the interview, we had a date from her that she's going to finish that book by 9th July. So it automatically turned out to be a coaching session. So that passion shows up whenever I talk to people.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So this is your thing. This is what you want to be doing.
Yeah. One of the things, because it's not the only thing I have, like, this is one of the things.
Right. That's always the challenge, you know, when we have we're so multifaceted and we want to do so many things, and what do we focus on?
Are you, Kapil, are you called to serve entrepreneurs, or is it some other group, or is there a specific group?
No, like, still not decided on specific groups. Like, because I have a lot of entrepreneurs friends, I have a lot of lawyers friends who come and talk to me. They want to find out, like, what do we do in our career? So it's not like I'm sticking to one. Because coach, I don't think, like, this is another thing which, as when I studied coaching, I saw is, like, it's not that it has to be a particular field a coach deals with. Like, he deals with human beings, and human beings can mostly the coaching for human being is life coaching. They're stuck in their life. So it could be an entrepreneur, it could be a lawyer, it could be someone who is a businessman or who is a doctor. So it's like they're stuck somewhere, and you don't have to know about their profession. You just have to unhook that issue where they are stuck.
Okay, and I also want to share with Melissa. So when you said that what you help people do, like what your business is about, I noticed you said, and then you said what you do, and then they get media exposure, this kind of thing. So then, so what, right? So then what? What does that help them do? A good way to tell people is, I help people do blank, or I help people blank, right? But it's doing
right.
I help people do blank so they can blank. Because like Tony Robbins says, people buy feelings, not things. So then, like, how does it end up feeling? What is that great result? Because we can ask people, what do you want to accomplish? And then once they tell us what are the 3 greatest things or challenges that are holding you back from that, and then we can also ask, what would it mean for you personally to achieve, or what would it mean to you and your family to achieve this, right? Or handle this once and for all. How would that feel deep down inside, right? And that's really the start to sell coaching.
That's really true, Bevan. That's really true. That's a great point. The emotional aspect of it. I think when you first said that, I think, I help liberate myself by doing what I said. And I think I'm into liberation and freedom. So I help people experience personal freedom in many ways, whether it's monetarily or, living a lifestyle they've always wanted to live, or freedom to express themselves as they've always wanted to express themselves, and without feeling shame or humiliation, or, just
That's
ultimate
awesome.
Freedom, right?
I love that. Yeah, so this is really compelling. Yeah, does
that make sense? Because it feels like really, like when I say that, I get really excited.
Good. There you go. Well, excitement, as Bashar says, is the indication of being your true self. And that's what we want. This is my mission, is connecting people with that excitement again. Connect with yourself, live your most inspired life. So you have to get into excitement. Yeah.
Right.
That's how you know that it's a better word. Yeah. It's a better word for what you're doing. It resonates.
It is. Yeah. And I definitely I'm in progress, a work in progress. That's what I'm trying to say, and so I've been struggling with visibility myself for a really long time. And I used to be a television and radio producer, and I was always behind the scenes. I'm perfectly comfortable interviewing people and talking to people, I have no problem with that, but get me on camera or where I think I'm, in public speaking or something. And it's like, during the headlights. And that's always been something I've always been pushing through my whole life, Actually forced myself to teach public speaking when I was in grad school. They gave me a teaching assistantship, and, they asked me, they said, well, you can teach public speaking. And I was like, oh my God, no way. I have never spoken in public in my life. But then I decided to do it. And so anyway, so this is sort of like, that's kind of the work I do with women. It's like, and men too. It's like, I'm sort of like the trainer. Like, I'll kick your ass. Like, I'll get you, I'll nudge you in a loving way, you know, but I'll be like, okay, let's do it, you know, because I think sometimes you just need really intense hand holding. I know I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it always helps to get like that little nudge from, I know when I had a coach that really nudged me hard, I would get annoyed with her, but then I ended up getting these great results, you know? So I'm not really here for people to love me. I'm here for me to love them and nurture them and see for who they really are, their true potential, and be like, okay, let's get you out there.
Awesome. And you're being the source of it for others. We were talking about if you're a seeker, go from being the seeker to the source. Neil Donald Walsh said this in a training. And
yeah.
So from the source. And so you are the source of it for others. You're helping them get out there. And in the same way, you will also get out there too. And
right.
There are people that you could look to for help too, who are already out there further than you, who help people get out there. For example,
exactly.
Esther Pinky Kiss and Ingrid Elfer, I think her name is, like Born
Yeah, you turned me on to them a little while ago. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, those are a couple of them.
Yeah, they're doing really cool work.
Mm-hmm. And then we're all unique, right? We all do things in a unique way. So if we have our own podcast and we interview other experts in our field, just like Donald Kelly does with the sales evangelist, right? So
oh yeah, he's great.
Oh yeah, so like if you did that, if you had your own show and you interview other people that help people with PR or whatever, publicity and getting visibility and stuff like that, if you're focused on visibility, right, then that would be the show.
Mm-hmm.
So then you bring in experts from all these different aspects of it. Like my friend Debbie Dashinger, I saw her speak live, and she helps you get ready to go on interviews, right, which would be for going on radio interviews, maybe even TV ones. I think it was mostly the audio ones from what I heard. But like audio, like radio interviews and podcast interviews. So that's her focus, right? That's what she helps people do.
Right. Cool. What's her name?
Debbie Dashinger.
Dashinger. Okay.
DWYL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I just got my Amazon service, my AWS, going this morning, and I uploaded my first MP3, and I was like, you know, and then I downloaded my podcast plugin this morning, and so I'm like, I'm really doing this. So it's gonna happen.
Oh, you're doing a podcast? I didn't know
I'm gonna start doing a podcast.
Awesome. Wonderful.
And a Zoom interview. I'm gonna start interviewing people on Zoom as well, so that I have a YouTube page too.
I'm not sure if you need Amazon S3. I'm not sure if you need it, but there are different ways of getting the podcast out there, right? Like Libsyn. I've been downloading people's podcasts off Libsyn, and obviously iTunes and all the different Stitcher and different things, right? So I don't know if you need S3. You can tell me.
I do. Yeah. I mean, that's a technical thing. We can talk about that later, but yeah. I've decided that that's what I want. Yeah. Okay, basically. Cool. I've done a lot you have to understand, I'm like an exhaustive researcher. So I will research something to the nth freaking degree. And that's what part of my procrastination is all about. So I was like, I got to find the perfect plugin. I got to find the perfect server. I got to find the perfect blah, blah.
That takes a long time. That's what really slows down building.
Oh my God. I am like, woo! Well, people used to pay me for that, you know.
Oh yeah.
I used to make money doing that.
Okay.
I do really good research, yeah.
Okay. That's good. It's good to know. See, there's another strength that Melissa has. Yeah. Awesome. So then that means you can review them, you know, this service versus that service, and you can make the right decision. So you can consult people like that. It's one thing to do. And then you'll build up an affiliate income on those services, just like my friend Angel Hill, who is Kajabi rock star. Kajabi calls her a rock star.
Really?
Yeah, she
loves Kajabi.
Yeah, she sold more Kajabi sites than anyone else. Like, you know, so Kajabi is, they're really happy for her, like because of her, because she built their business more too.
Right.
And she builds Kajabi sites.
Oh, okay. Got it.
She's she's the small girl making a big difference, helping you monetize what you love online. And I just for the first time yesterday. Yeah. Good.
I love how you are so funny, Bevan.
I just told you her positioning. That's her.
I know. You remember it. That's great.
Angel Hill TV. Okay, so let's welcome Nicoya. Hello, Nicoya. You are live. Everyone is here, and we can all hear each other.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Hello, Nicoya.
Hi.
Awesome. Thank you for
Hi,
joining.
Nicoya.
Hello, hi everyone. Nice to see you all.
Good to hear you. Nicoya called in. So basically this is the end of like a business building and growth call, or like we're very close to the end of it, because soon will be the Live with Soul call, and it's on purpose today, defining your clear purpose. And so Nicoya, I think you found me, or we connected probably because I was putting out that thing which I posted in some groups. Is that right?
Yes,
like evolution.
that's right.
Of a path of purpose. Okay. So,
yeah.
And I think you probably wrote in about your why you were excited about that. Was that right?
Yes, I think I sent you a
Okay.
Facebook message. Yeah.
All right. And I've just been on the call, so I can't look at the stuff in detail. Thanks for coming on. I hope you can make it on the next call on purpose, and then we can dig in together.
Sure. How long until that starts, actually?
7 minutes.
Oh, okay. It's not too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll be in a different room because I've already publicized it, right? So it has a different link.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. Great. Okay. What I might do is pop out and then come back onto the next one.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Fabulous.
I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, guys, take care. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
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 Is it the same link?
No.
Okay. I'll find it. I got it in the email. No problem.
Okay, great. All right.
All right. So I'll see you in like a few minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes.
Okay.
Well, this has been great, everyone. I think maybe we should just wrap it up. Take a little break before the next one.
Great.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Bevan.
Bevan.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you, Linda.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Bill. Bye, Linda.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.